One thing you might not know about Aspen, Colorado, is that the city is fiercely proud of its architectural heritage, and to design a new build here takes a very calculated and careful approach. Todd, this is your work.
This project has been a long time in the making. We work closely with the city of Aspen to really think about how this new development fits into the immediate context of this site, but also of the neighborhood and the broader community.
Yeah, I bet you had brown hair at the beginning of this project.
I did, and a lot more of it.
So how did you play it out?
Historically, this parcel was actually residential lots. What that means in Aspen is 30 foot wide by 125 foot deep. And so as we began to create the architecture here, we wanted the rhythm of that historic context to show up on the facade so that there was a sense of the rhythm of what existed here once before.
Yeah, and this rather cool bench.
So this bench was a collaboration with Raw Creative, and really the bench and it being here was the owner and operator's way of welcoming their guests, the community, to sit here in this sun pocket, enjoy that incredible view of Aspen Mountain, but do it in a really artful and thoughtful way.
Now, Todd, this is what the Historic Preservation Commission is concerned about.
Exactly, Mike. I think a couple things to pay attention to is the windows, both the proportions and the pairings of the windows, but also the wood siding. As we move this way, we'll talk more about that.
Okay, taking notes.
Another thing we were focused on, Mike, was how to transition and scale from this commercial building to the historic residential neighborhood to our west. We moved from this 3-story mass to this 2-story element that's much more fitting in scale with our historic neighbor.
And I see your windows here.
We worked with modern windows, and we imitated the proportions that we saw in the historic windows, but tried to take more of a modern sensibility and to create this connection in a really unique way.
Now, Todd, what about the choice of timber?
That was an interesting one. Again, it's about connecting to the residential structures we're adjacent to, but it was also about connecting with Aspen's alpine identity. And we worked with Delta Millworks, and they helped us with this random board width. Last week I was on a hike with the family and took this photo of this aspen grove, and you can see that the vertical lines that you see through the aspen grove are very random. And then in regards to the brick, we pulled the brick to this part of town to bring the commercial core out to Main Street. Brick is the predominantly used material there, but also the color is a reflection of the cliff faces of the mountains that we see all around town.
Wow, there's a lot going on up in that architectural head there.
There is. The Bauhaus movement of modern architecture was a strong influence for both the interior design and the architecture.
Yes, what is this about Bauhaus and Aspen?
Herbert Bayer, an architect who'd studied with Walter Gropius at the Bauhaus School, he really was the designer of many of Aspen's early institutions and then infused Aspen's architectural context with this sense of modernism and a forward-looking progressive lens on design.
So where do I see Bauhaus here?
So in the interiors, I'd say one of the places that becomes most obvious is in the ceiling detailing, the sense of logic, the simplicity to it. And we used Waterworks to develop a custom bottle filler.
And the exteriors?
So in the exterior, it's really about an authenticity of the materiality. It's also about just clean, simple forms that are rectilinear and sort of free of ornament, extra detail. It's just about a clean, simple, organized approach.
My brother Aaron Brown and I own and operate the hotel. It's really a living room for the community and hotel guests to come together with one another.
Oh, so locals come here as well?
Yeah, it's a great cafe with fresh made pastries and coffee where you can start your morning.
So were you involved in the design process?
Yeah, it's a bit of a labor of love, working with Post Company out of Brooklyn, just curating all of the vintage and furniture and found objects that you see throughout the lobby. In the MOLLIE rooms, we really wanted to embrace this residential quality throughout all the rooms and all the vintage furniture.
And I love the floating bed. It's kind of in an unexpected place.
Yeah, it's really perfect. You can open the curtain in the morning and you're looking out to the ski run that you want to take.
Ah, got it. So all the rooms like this?
Yeah, we've got several different room categories for travelers of all different means.
surely this has got to be the best rooftop in town.
The best.
Check out this view of Aspen Mountain behind you.
Crazy.
You know, wintertime, that's the World Cup ski course.
And did I hear that you were considering for this to be something else?
Yeah, in some of the early conceptual designs, there were some condominiums designed up here, and we just felt like it was too important to have a bar and a gathering spot.
That also takes a lot of work in terms of really creating programming that pulls people in. Live music, cocktail making seminars inside. You know, it's a really great opportunity to bring those guests and the community members together.
Yeah, how wonderfully Aspen.
Yes.
So what do you think of this guy's work?
CCY was a great partner to work with in the development and how the hotel integrated with the neighborhood. And I think the community is proud of it as well.
Well, cheers to that.
Cheers.